Hi everyone, I am Abdul Lateef Mohammed Umar Farooq. I am going to review and compare the two BYOD policies which I find on the network. So, what is BYOD? BYOD it stands for the Bring Your Own Device, which allows the employees or students to use their personal device like mobile phones or laptops for their personal work or study. So BYOD policies also help organizations to balance their security risk and convenience when the employees use their personal device for their work, as I mentioned just now before. Also, this lab examines two strong BYOD policies. One is the University of Reading and another is the CU Denver. I'm going to compare these two BYOD policies by their security measures, strength, weakness, and the area of improvements. And the main goal is to analyze these two BYOD policies to make their suggestion to strengthen the data protection. So the first one, the University of Reading BYOD policies, I also given the source link for your reference. So you can go through the link to see the BYOD policies of the University of Reading BYOD policy. So the overview of first policy is to determine how employees use their own device to access the university data for the educational purpose, and it also focuses the attention to important for the security issues. It includes like illegal access and data breaches and requires attention to the security upgrades, password protection and encryption. Also, this policy specifies what staff members should make ensure that the university data is safe or secure even when the data was accessed by the personal device. And let's move to the second policy, which is CU Denver's. So also I have given the link for the reference. And the overview of second policy is like it's provide the organized rules for employees who work their own mobile devices for their job related purpose. It also displays how important is to protect the personal academic data by requiring more security features like multi-factor authentication, remote deletion, and restricted access to private data. This policy also lists the danger of using personal devices such as theft or loss of devices, and it also guidance to how to make sure the university safety rules are followed. So I'm going to review and comment one of the each of the policies. So I'm going to first explain the first policy, which is University of Reading BYOD policy. So this the positive point of the first policy, it requires encryption, password protection, regular security updates, and it reduces the data breach risk. And it also clearly states how employees should be responsibility to protect the university data on their own device. And the drawback of the policy, the first policy, University of Reading BYOD policy, is it lacks specific instruction for minimum password requirements or authorized methods of encryption. And it also lacks the clear guidance for employees to report lost or stolen devices, which is more crucial. And the next point is it also reduces the success rate of the policy by missing a lot of important points to provide the consequence of non-compliances. And one of the most key features of the policy is it stands out is the required encryption requirement, which makes sure that the university data is safe even in the case that the personal device is hacked. So let's move to next second policy. So the second policy positive points are the CU Denver BYOD policy, which is the second policy. It does the good job of providing clear security measures like multi-factor authentication. It also include remove it also includes the remote data deletion for the stolen or lost devices, which protects sensitive data. And it also clearly explains potential threats like theft, malware, and like some of the mitigation steps. And the negative backs of the policy too is it's primarily focusing only on the mobile devices. It don't focus on the other devices like laptop or tablets. So it's the major weakness point of the policy too. And it fails to specify the IT support level of for the personal devices, which may cause like some of them misunderstanding. And the most important feature in this policy is it has the ability to remotely delete data, which enables the university to protect private data in the case that the personal devices gets lost or stolen. So the third question is to compare the two policies like in the table form. So I have compared the two policies by the comparison criteria. So the purpose of the first policy is it's offer the security regulations for the university staff using their own personal devices, and the purpose of the second policy it offer the rules for the employees using personal mobile devices for their work. So the second point is security requirements. For the first policy it requires encryption and strong password. So for the second, like CU Denver BYOD policy, the security requirement is multi-factor authentication and encryption, which is much better than the first one. So compliance, it's periodically security checks, mandatory policy acknowledgement. Fourth comparison is device covered. It covers all the devices like mobile phones, laptops, or everything, but it mainly covers only for the mobile devices, which I already mentioned. It is the major drawback of the CU Denver BYOD policy. Then user responsibility. It's the mandatory security updates. For the second policy, it requires reporting of lost or stolen devices. The last comparison criteria is the best future. I'm going to compare the best future of these two policies. So for the policy one, which is the University of Reading BYOD policy, it have the strong encryption requirement. And the main features in the second policy is it remote wipe functionally for lost or stolen devices. So in my experience, I have chosen the CU Denver policy to improve some of the points. Mm, so it strengthens the authentication measures. This policy must need to set up the minimum password requirements, like it has the 12 characters. It can conclude like keeping the capital letter as the first, and we can include the numerical and symbols, etc., and we can more require multi-factor authentication for all system access. This would be help to secure as CU Denver and easy to use. The second point is incident reporting system. This policy does not describe how staff should report lost or stolen devices. So we should add how to report the lost and devices to the IT team. So adding a clear reporting procedure would help the staff members to make sure that security breaches are quickly fixed. For example, if the risk could be reduced if the staff members were required to inform the IT department within 24 hours of losing the device. And the third point is add remote wipe requirement. This policy should require all BYOD devices to have the ability to remotely delete using MDM software. The critical security feature is missing but present in CU Denver policy. It would protect university data if the device was stolen or lost. So these 3 points can improve this policy better. So fifth question is to make the YouTube video. So I am like making it right now. Thank you. So the last conclusion point is, so both the policies offer the more security measures, but improvements like stricter authentication, which I mentioned before, and better incident reporting can improve them. And well-designed BYOD policies ensure both security and convenience for user. And thank you.